Hey everybody, Chad here, and welcome back to a new session of eProduct Lab. In this session, we're going to talk about how to create a high converting sales page. Now, this may seem ironic, knowing that English is not my first language, but actually that made me work harder and to seek coaching and to really uh, try to understand what it takes to have a good sales page. And even till now, the creating a sales page, it's still like one of those daunting tasks that takes a lot of time, because at the end of the day, that's the only window where people would, decide from there if they're gonna take action and, uh, you know, uh, buy your product or join your coaching, or, it's open their wallet basically and get your product. All right. So what I want to say is, it's not about, you could be a fantastic writer and still not know how to write a sales letter. It's not about writing skills in the sense of writing a book or fiction or something like that. All right. It's about building trust, persuasion, and basically there are two elements that I follow, to get to have those sales pages. I follow proven sales page structure or structures, depending, on case by case, and I also follow proven copywriting templates. And for the templates, I actually worked with a professional copywriter, and not only that, I learned what it takes to have a sales page from that copywriter, but also I asked and I paid that copywriter to create for me templates for all kind of situations where I need to have a sales page, and also for different kind of copywriting elements, depending, if I'm talking about the introduction of my sales letter, or the call to action, or the guarantee, and we're gonna go through all that. All right. So first of all, just I'm curious. I mean, how how do you feel normally about writing, creating your sales letter? How is it till now? What did you do? I mean, just a couple of words. Have you ever created a sales letter? And how was it as an experience? How do you feel about creating your sales letters? All right, feel free to write just a couple of words, just so I see here how we stand. Okay, writing sales letters sucks. Okay, that's funny. Uh, Here a sales sheet, but not a sales letter. Okay, what I mean by sales letter, it's the sales page. All right. Not great. I hate writing sales letters. It takes me so much time. I don't know from where to start. There is somebody here saying I actually have a product that is already done from uh, from a long time, and it's I'm still stuck with the sales letter. All right, so let's see what I mean. Let's see what we can do about it, and what I actually do, because as I said, even for me, this was really the hardest part of the digital business, is creating the sales letter. The first time I had my first product, it took me maybe 3 4 months of procrastination, of trying to build that damn sales letter, because I really felt it's the hardest part. Creating the product itself seems so much easier than actually having that final task, so you can be online and start selling. Okay, so that we'll have two parts now in the session. First, I'm going to talk, as I said, about some sales page structures, showing examples, and then I'm going to also show you, go through some templates, and I will also upload you know, some very cool copywriting templates. You know, you'll really exactly the one I use and exactly the one I paid for, and so you can use for your own copywriting. You will see this is really going to be a great session and really very useful for you. Okay, so let's start here. I'm not going to have here a lot of slides. Actually, we start with the proven stage space structure, and I'm going to here pull up a couple of pages. First, I'm going to have here the mind map where I created a checklist. As you see here, I did a kind of a split screen, and you're going to see why. So this is the checklist that I follow, you know, when I create my sales page. And I'm going to put this like that. And then I'm going to pull up the browser and see here, start with one example. Here we go. All right. So that's the checklist, and I'm going to go through several examples of sales pages that I've created and how I follow part or most of what's on that checklist. So now we're talking about the structure of the sales page. So you would really know, you know, how to build up your sales page. So it becomes more about filling the blanks and adapting to your special needs and to your story, of course. All right. So it's very important, you know, before I start, to pull up that questionnaire that I sent, you know, during our first session, and where we talk about also why we are creating products. Let me see. I forgot here to pull it up. I'm going to quickly try to see if I can find it here, just so you know what I'm talking about. I'm in Google Docs. I have to find here my recent, and let me see where it is. Okay, so we remember we had the audience breakdown, product outline, and the self-assessment. Let me see if this is the one. All right, so this one, this is really important. You know, I hope you did that exercise, and you know, you answer those questions where you talk about who you are and how you fit with what your audience wants. All right. So you will be here. You have, I hope that you describe here what, you know, what struggles you have before you became an expert in your field, what the goals you're trying to achieve, what obstacles were in your way. All right. And you know, then going through what did you actually achieve and how did you achieve you know, your goals, and how you became an expert and what resources helped you to achieve those goals. All right, you know, go through this, and there is this very important thing where you would define who you are. All right, and I showed you my example, and then I gave you that short template so you'd use it for yourself. So this is, as I said here, this exercise is essential because it will help you, you know, also for your sales page. All right, so let me go back here. So why this is important? Because at a certain point you will have to integrate your story, even if it's just a paragraph. You have to connect with your reader, and your reader have to identify his problems with the sales letter, and to understand that you came with a solution, your specific solution for the specific problem. Okay, so let's just now start. That was an intro to say how important it is to have that self-assessment sheet done. Okay, so let's go through the structure here. The checklist we're talking about, first of all, an attention-grabbing headline. Okay, so that's the headline, and the headline would define exactly what you're talking about. It's so important to have that attention-grabbing headline, because if people don't find this interesting, they will skip the whole sales letter and they won't even continue to read everything else. All right, so in this case, I had a pre-header, and the pre-header was about the fact that there was a kind of a time scarcity, 7-day special PLR bundle. Okay, so the pre-header could be used for several reasons. In this case, it was about announcing something, a special deal, but it also could be used to define your audience, okay, to qualify your audience. I'm going to show you an example later on, so let's not mix up things now. Let's say that is important, and you can really use in a smart way the pre-header to offer a special discount, a time scarcity, or to, as I said, to qualify your audience, telling them who they are. That's what I mean by qualifying the audience, so they would understand that this is for them. So if you are targeting, fiction writers, so you say here, attention, fiction writers. If you're talking to bloggers, you'd call them by their name, by what they do. All right, so they would feel more compelled to read the sales letter. Okay, that is here an issue. You have to grab the attention and make them scroll down till the call to action. Okay, so in this case, grab private label rights to this brand new, high quality and complete business box that you can sell as your own and keep 100% of the profits. All right, so in this case here, I just told them what they're getting. All right, and I just to just define exactly what I'm talking about, I just put the title of the product, eTribe Marketing, Customer Attraction Secret Training Program with PLR, which stands for Private Label Rights. Okay, then so that's the attention grabbing headline. Then you would open with an emotional hook. Now it could, it's not talking about, I'm not talking about big drama or to stay, to half of the sales page to talk about how you started and you struggled. Sometimes it's just enough a paragraph or two, but just to, this is the introduction. You have to make that link with the problem that your audience is facing. Problem, pain. That's why he came to your sales letter. The person came because he's looking or she's looking for a solution. Okay, so I start with, how many times did it happen to you or to one of your clients telling you that they paid for traffic but never managed to generate a sale online? Does it sound familiar? Or maybe you have generated some income online, but the cost of traffic was higher than the revenue itself. So here I'm talking about the problem of having conversions. All right, so they really would make a profit. So the idea is I'm offering a solution where people would have the tools to convert traffic into sales. Okay, so I continue here talking about the emotional hook, and as we see here, vividly painting the problem. This is what I'm doing. This is happening more often than you can imagine, and the reason is that all those gurus are selling you all kind of traffic magic blueprints, but omit to tell you about what's still more important than traffic: conversions. How to convert those visitors into buyers. All right, so you see what I'm doing here? I established the problem, then I continue to paint it, to vividly paint it, so that I would connect still more. That's the number one problem that most online businesses are facing, and that's why I worked with the master of conversions, Darren Scott Monroe, to create this brand new private label rights business box training program. All right, so here what I did, I opened with an emotional hook. I vividly painted the problem. I included myself in the story, but in a subtle way, just saying, how many times did it happen to you? Okay, I'm going to show you some other examples where I'll talk a little bit more about my own struggle. Right? Then, you have the option to show the proof or credibility. In my case here, my credibility trigger is the fact that I worked with an expert. Now, the people who I'm talking to, who are reading this sales letter, most of them know already the name of this person, Darren Scott Monroe. He's a well-known marketer. I've been coached by him. I worked with him several times. And so this is my credibility element. I'm going to go back and insist still more on that credibility element, but I already introduced it. All right. Then we talk about revealing the solution, introducing eTribe Marketing PLR Mega Pack. All right. So I just introduced my product, showing visually, how many elements that product has, and explaining that the topic, even if I had a hint here, but here we're introducing it officially. All right. So I revealed my solution here, introducing the product, and I have the option of including a list of key features, a list of core benefits, and we'll see how we'll go to the call to action trigger. But first of all, let's see here, in this case, what we did. So I say, this is a unique offer like nothing you've seen before. And just because Darren Scott Monroe contributed to his extensive know-how, as well as his unique voice to create this very cool content. So I am coming back to the authority and the credibility element. And here I'm talking about the experience of this guy, 20 years experience, coaching, selling products, and still more, I made a sample. I put here an audio, because part of the product is audio information. So I just put here a sample where people could click and listen to him, talking about that topic, eTribe marketing. All right. And then I explain what they can do with that product. Now you can, and you can leverage this training by putting your company name, branding, logo, or anything else on this all new audiobook training program called eTribe Marketing. So this is not your usual private label right stuff. This is premium content for real. Okay, so this is what I did here. Then I started to, include my key features. All right. So how I did this in this case, I kind of opened the box. So I introduce, this business in a box, and I explain, here's exactly what you get. And then I go through the different elements, the different components of my product. All right. So basically, I'm selling the license for people to customize that content and use it as their own. And I'm showing what are the different elements: the audio version of the product, the ebook version of the product, the sales letter so they can use it and personalize it, and all the graphic elements. All right, so I'm going through what I am offering. In your case, if you are offering training, you will go through the different elements or different modules of your training. I'm going to show you, as I said, an example also about that. All right, so we're just here at our first example. Okay, so you go through all the different elements. I'm offering the squeeze page, reports, articles, high impact viral quotes, even 30 pre-written promotional tweets. And then, so here I didn't insist a lot on the benefits. I talked about the key features and basically all the elements here. And I moved to the call to action. So I made a summary, and I invite them to make their purchase. All right. So this is a simple sales letter, and sometimes you don't have to use everything in that list, but you can play with it and just make sure you have everything you need to get people to the buy button. So once I did this is where at the call to action, and then I also tell them what they're getting, what is the PLR license, what they can do with it. Then I go to trying to convince them still more, and basically what I do here, I try to make the offer hard to refuse. How I do that? By offering a guarantee. And if I had testimonials, in this case I don't have, I'll show you another case with testimonials. So I offer a guarantee here. Okay, so people would feel comfortable. So if they don't like it, they just can ask for a refund, no question asked. And then I go back and try to push the sale by telling them, hey, that this is a 7-day special offer. The clock is ticking. You have to take the decision now. And then I sign the product, the signature. So the signature is really very important, all right? Because people need to know who you are. People need to put a face on what they're buying, all right? So I see so many times people do not put a picture, even sometimes don't even sign the sales letter, and you lose a lot by not doing that. Anyway, I'm sure that in your case here, I mean, it's clear that it's important to have that branding, and most of the people that I talk to are already, building their presence, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. So you really understand the importance of the person's brand, and how that should be also on the sales letter. Okay, so this is a simple sales letter. I just wanted to show you that you can start simple, even from the layout point of view. It's really clean and simple, nothing really complicated. Now I would like to move to another sales letter. It's the one, of eCover Authority. Everybody here know about it, I'm sure. So just let me rearrange this. Okay, so this is a more complex sales letter, and it follows also most of what is here on the checklist. So before I continue, I just want to see here if there is anybody has any question. Just feel free to put that, or if you feel that you're learning something, let me know before I continue here. Okay, great so far. Yes, okay, good. Good. So this is the start now. Now let me show a little bit more a complex example. Okay, as we said here. Now, normally the sales letter, it's the layout is, it takes the whole screen. I just made it smaller so I could have that split screen and have all those in front of us, so we could really see directly the correlation between the checklist and the sales page. All right. So uh, in this case, I started once again with a time scarcity. So in this case now, eCover Authority is beyond the launch period, and it's an evergreen offer. So what I do for the people that come for the first time, they are not yet cooked. So here the timer would show that they have 3 days to take a decision. All right. So that the price would remain the same. Otherwise, it would change. So here that would be like 2 days and 23 hours and so many minutes. Just it's a scarcity trigger to make people take their decision. All right. So, but it's it's not always needed. Okay. In my case, for this kind of product and the audience that I need it, I felt it was important. So let's talk about the attention grabbing headline. So this is the headline, but before that, what I did, I qualified my audience. So this is important for most of you. This would be also important for you. So attention product creators, authors, publishers, and internet marketers. All right. I just wanted to name the four uh, main target audiences that would need such a product. There are a lot of other people that would need it, but I just wanted to say, hey, if you are a product creator, I'm talking to you. If you are an author, I'm talking to you. If you are a publisher, I'm talking to you. If you are an internet marketer, I'm talking to you. All right. So that's the idea of when I say qualifying your audience, is talking to that specific person. And then I have my attention grabbing headline, and I want to go through it because this is important. It's simple, but it also, if you have this problem, you would that my software resolves, it speaks to you. So it says create stunning 3D e-cover graphics in just a few clicks without Photoshop or any bulky software. So here I'm telling people that they can create the 3D cover, but they can do it quickly in just a few clicks. And most important, that's the biggest hook for my product, is without Photoshop. All right, because most of the people, even people that have Photoshop and people that do not have Photoshop, of course, they do not really like to use that software because they think it's complicated. They don't want to spend time to learn something. that they don't know how many times they're going to use in the future, or they do not want to spend money to buy that software. All right. So without Photoshop here, it's a big hook. It's really very, very important. All right. And then I followed by examples of my what my software does. Examples of e-covers. Now, if I would have done that sales letter today, let's say, and maybe I'm gonna redo a little bit the sales letter in the near future, I would have added a video, all right, just to have a better connection. But back then, when I launched the product, I was maybe still a little bit more shy of creating sales page videos, and I avoided to have that. I just created a video to show what the product does, and it comes later on. I'm gonna show it to you. All right. So in this case, I just thought that it's good enough to show what that software does and show those examples. All right. And go back to the idea of the time scarcity and the discount they're getting. Right now, you can grab special launch access at a massive 50% discount and a call to action. All right. Now, it's maybe too early. Very few people would just click on that and go to buy the product just from the start of the sales letter. But still, it's good to have this from now because I'm talking about the special discount. Now here the sales letters starts. All right. So we have to open with an emotional hook and vividly paint the problem and include yourself in the story. All right, this is what I'm doing here. All right, sometimes as I said, it's not such a big drama, the emotional hook, but you just have to talk about the problem and what solution you're offering. So I just start straight away. Like if I'm talking directly with somebody I know, I do not make an intro. I just say, hey, let's face it, good design makes a big difference when you sell online, where you could be competing with literally hundreds of other online marketers selling products similar to yours. All right, what I'm doing here, I am just straight going into this topic that you have a problem probably of branding yourself and making a difference. All right, the truth is, and then I amplify the idea. The truth is you have to stand out, otherwise your business is in trouble. All right. And then I specify what I'm talking about. A good design starts with the packaging of your digital product. So that's what I'm talking about packaging your product. Okay. So this intro is about talking about the importance of good design and how you have this problem of standing out, in this crowd of other competitors. Okay. And then I continue explaining. Having a great product image is key. It makes your product seem real to the prospects. It offers instant credibility. It does the selling for you. All right. So I'm just continuing to say how important design is and packaging your product is. And then I talk a little bit about myself, connecting through my story. But for years, we had to make our e-cover images with Photoshop and add-ons called Photoshop Actions. Both of these products are expensive and require specialized skill to use. Plus, they take a lot of time. All right. So I'm talking about the pain of using Photoshop and about the time that it takes, and it's something that I would not want to do. And I continue the story. So when we got too busy to do them all in-house, we started outsourcing our e-cover images to graphic designers. As you may have guessed, that got quite expensive. Plus, nobody likes waiting around for days, sometimes weeks, to be honest, while a designer does his thing. Okay, so I amplified still more the problem. Yes, maybe some people want to use Photoshop. Maybe some other people do not use Photoshop and they outsource to designers, but it's still a pain, it's still a problem, and they prefer to have an easier way to create their packaging. So, and that's how I introduce my product. And I say, that's why we're coming with this complete yet simple solution that will help you package your digital products and convey a sense of expertise and authority, instantly increasing the perceived value of what you are selling. So what I'm saying here is, I'm not just saying that the product creates 3D e-covers for you. I'm not just talking about the features of the software. I'm talking about the benefits. The benefits is that it conveys a sense of expertise and authority. Sometimes the benefits are still more important and can create a better emotional hook than the features of what you are selling. All right. So always think about the end result. What are the benefits of your product, and try to talk about it in your sales letter. So I then just say, introducing eCover Authority. We have the eCover package. And then I just try to explain more. It doesn't matter if you're selling ebooks, Kindle books, software, audio, or video training products, or anything else. You know, if you need an eCover image for your product, you will love this software. Okay, just saying what this is all about. We guarantee it, but let's not waste your time with the hyped sales letter to try to persuade you why you need this product. Just watch this short video. All right. So I go through the video. The video is just me going through the product. Okay. As I said, you know, I didn't feel comfortable creating a video where I sell, but I felt it's essential to showcase my product and personally do that with my own voice and show them what this product can do. Okay, and that's why when you, for some kind of products that you are creating, video is very important, especially if you include a software or templates or things like that. It's good to have a kind of a demo video. All right. So I introduced my product. I talked about, I will hear already about some features of that product. I qualified also here my my audience, people that are selling ebooks, Kindle books, software, audio, or video training products. All right. And before I go to the call to action, I introduced one of those really very important triggers, testimonials. All right. Now, if you do not have testimonials, I just, you know, just avoid testimonials and use some other triggers. But if you have, I had some clients that already bought that product. Like in my case, I had some clients already bought eCover Authority. I just kindly ask them what they think about their product and to go into the Facebook page of eCover Authority and tell me what they think about it. And a lot of people did, you know, not just the 6 people. I have like around 100 testimonials about the product. So I just choose a few and I introduced it here just after what the product is all about, just after the video. All right. So in this case, the testimonial is a little bit upward. Sometimes it's better to have the testimonial close to the call to action where people have to pay. All right. But in my case, I felt I want to do it here. So use this checklist in a wise way, and, you know, introduce your own feeling about your sales letter and who you're talking to. So once I went through the testimonials, just to reassure them that this is a good product, I went through the features, and this time I went in details talking about each one of the features of my product. Now, because it's a software, you can do that easily, but even if you have a course, you can talk about different modules in your case. All right. And as I said, we'll see that in another example. So here are all the different features of that product. And here I jump to introduce, is an introduction to my call to action, my first real call to action with the visible price. So what I do here, I say, okay, so by now you must be asking, how much are we charging to access this awesome software? And I go through that, you know, the idea of it's a valuable product, and you are paying much less than what you should have paid actually. All right, so that's the whole purpose of this intro. Okay, and then I say, okay, we have this special offer at a discount, and these are your options to buy the product. Now here, this is a trick. This is a very well-known trick, so people would feel comfortable with the price. You can offer 2 prices. All right, so they have the option. You can offer a lower price. In this case, the difference between the lower price and the higher price is small, and the lower price, it's giving them 1 year access to the product, while the higher price is offering them lifetime access. So when people see the difference, they say, hey, for just $10, I better get the lifetime access. Very few people will actually get this, but this is done, so this would look like a bargain, like it's a deal. All right, do you see here? This is a psychological trigger, and it's so important. Okay, so in your case, you can also act differently. If it's not about the software, if it's about an e-course, you can offer two options, where the first option maybe is just the recorded version, and then the more expensive one would include maybe some email coaching, or maybe, I mean, you would offer a smaller version of your product, and then you would offer the full-blown version at another price. All right, and what you do here is you show a small difference between the two. That's the whole idea, so that would feel that that one is a no-brainer. Okay, so this is, you know, this is really a very interesting way. I tested it. It really works, and it helps you get that price where people feel comfortable to spend money with, you know, and feel that they made a deal. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, after the call to action, I'm trying to make the offer hard to refuse, so I'm adding a bonus. In my case, I added those 20 pre-designed book covers templates, so people could have and use to start. And another time, a small call to action, and then going back and showing here the benefits. All right, so it's a mix between benefits and the features. All right, so before we talked earlier about more technical features, what it can do, and here it's a mix, you know, of what they're getting, the extra stuff, tutorials, e-cover templates, you know, all kind of things that define the product. Plus, just to, you know, to offer still more, I talk about the banner creator, and talking more about why it's such a no-brainer, why it's good to have it, because you don't need Photoshop, you don't need design skills, there's nothing to download, all the advantages for getting this product. And I qualified more what it is, for who it is: perfect for product creators, perfect for PR, rebranding, perfect for branding, you know. So, and then once again, call to action. All right, and then so I did, this is the first thing to make the offer hard to refuse, the bonus. And then the second one is, as usual, the guarantee. It's always important to have a guarantee, and I will give you the templates for everything, including for different kinds of guarantees. And then once again, time scarcity is a special offer, and it always works. All right, so it's important to have this element. All right, now it should be, I mean, even for high priced products, it works. During the launch period, you will have a price, and then you will have, for the evergreen offer, you would have another price. Okay, and of course the signature. So after the signature, in this case, we had the PS. So this is a reminder and another call to action to click the buy button. Okay, so the PS is really important. It's like a quick reminder of the bullet points why you should get that product. So do not delay. This is a special offer where you get a discount first. Second PS, it's risk-free. Third PS, I'm talking about benefits. Imagine for a moment how much time and money you are saving. Okay, and this is it. So this sales page worked very well. I made sales for over $200,000 just with this product. So it works. There is nothing magic. It's not very dramatic. It's not manipulative. it's not hyped. I'm not trying to exaggerate things. I try to keep it as as decent as possible. There are some triggers. There are triggers, but these are the normal triggers used. It's time scarcity. It's and in this case here, it's also the two price uh, trick. Okay, but most of it, the rest is it's really a good sales page, and as I said, it worked very well for me. Okay, just before we continue, any question related to this example? Okay, so if you have no questions, I'll just continue. All right. So let me see here. Another example. I'm gonna go through another 2-3 examples very quickly, just so you would see that you have different options, or you can use the same checklist but in different ways. Okay, so this sales letter, it. This is the eProduct Lab sales letter. I'm gonna go through it quickly because it's and also because we already went into details related to the different elements. Now, in this case, and this is something that you have to think about, I had a more, how to say, it's a warmer audience. What I mean by a warmer audience, it means that people that already bought a product from me. All right, so this was only addressed, it was an internal launch till now, and I just did it for my existing customers. Okay, so I didn't go out to get JVs or to get traffic through Facebook. I did to people that already know me. In your case, it could be your audience that you already talked to through Facebook, your Facebook group, you already emailed and sent them maybe some interesting content. So this is made for people that already know a little bit who you are and about your qualifications. All right. So in this case, I sent a 3 email. I did the email campaign before I revealed the sales letter. First of all, I asked people if they're interested in a product creation. And after that, I revealed the sales letter. And then I came back to remind them about the benefits of this product. All right. That's why here we have a different kind of pre-header. It's related to the email campaign that was done before I sold the product. Okay. So this is a different kind of pre-header, but the header is still very direct, going straight to the core, to the benefits. So I say here, in this brand new 6-week coaching program, I will personally help you create and launch your very own best-selling digital product. All right, it's very precise to what they are getting. Okay, it should be always very to the point, but with a strong benefit. Okay, and here I'm even adding in the subtitle, subheader, even if you don't feel you are an expert, have no idea what sort of product to create, or only have 2 hours per day to work on your online business. So I'm trying to, anticipate the objections that somebody may have before, to take action. All right. And then here what I did, I mixed the painting the problem with slapping directly a proof of income. So that is really powerful. You have to use it carefully, but it works. If you have real proof, it could be proof of income, but it also could be other kind of proof that of things that you've done previously. All right, if you can show it through image or video, use it. Okay, so in this case, I just went once again straight to the problem. As you probably know, there's nothing more profitable than having your own digital information product, and nothing more fulfilling than having the right tools to make a difference and have a positive impact on other people's lives. So I'm talking about something that my audience already want to create a product. I'm just telling them more about the satisfaction and the reward of having your own product. The rewards like monetary, reward, making money, but also making a difference and having a positive impact. Okay. Then, as I said, this is like a slap, just the income proof, and then I begin to talk about, vividly painting the problem. Unfortunately, most people never even create their first product because they think it's too time consuming, too hard, or just plain intimidating. Look, I've been there. It took me 1 year to create my first digital product. Okay, so I went through the pain. People struggle to create their first product even if they want to, and then I tell them, hey, I've been there. Okay, that's really important. I did the connection. And then I explain what I mean by I've been there. So this was easier to write actually for me than the one for eCover Authority, because I really went through that issue. So it was easy to write about my own struggle, even if, as I said, I keep it short, no big drama, no exaggeration, no hype. Okay, so I explained. First, I did not know where to start from, what to talk about, what kind of product to create, and most important, I didn't have the confidence that anybody would buy my product. So all this is true, but it was easier to do because I went through it, but also because I got some feedback from my existing list, people I talk to. In your case, as I said, it could be also people that you talk to through Facebook, on Facebook groups or your own Facebook group, about what they're struggling about. Pull up this information and introduce it into the introduction. All right? A lot of people have exactly the same problem. I was totally overwhelmed. I was the overwhelmed, and most of the people tell me the same. So there is a connection. Once I've overcome that initial fear and started working on my product, I didn't know anymore when to stop. Is it too much, too long, too short? These were some of the questions that were haunting me. Real story, and once again, I got it also from the feedback of my list. And then I had to write the sales letter. That was the most daunting task I was confronted with. It took me ages to finish that damn sales letter. So I'm really, going into the pain of having your product, creating it, and creating also the sales letter. Actually, it took me more time to create the sales letter than to create the product itself. Crazy, I know. All right. So I know it's strange. You're looking at the sales letter that made you decide to buy this program, but this is really good stuff. You have to use this, but customized to your own case, your own audience, and in your own sales letter. All right. So I continue to talk about it. I did my first launch. I just sold a certain number of copies. Then I created my second products, and things got better. And now I can have this kind of income. I came back to some income proof. Okay, so that permitted me to come to the intro. So I thought it's about time I start sharing everything I know about product creation, and I introduce the product. So this time I went into more details, vividly painting the problem, the pain, introducing myself in the story. I showed the credibility and proof, as you see, and now I reveal the solution. So in this sales letter, I am really covering almost everything that is on that checklist. Okay, so I introduce the product. I reveal, meaning when you introduce a product, basically you're revealing your solution to the pain. Okay, you have to really have this mindset so it's easier for you to write. And I go into details about what it is, 6-week product creation coaching program, and I say what I am offering. So we are talking about the key features here. Okay. And the same kind of question, I think that you saw this question before. I'm sure you're asking by now, how much will it cost? Will this cost? All right. So I go here into also once again showing that I'm offering a great deal, and I explain why. It has to be logic. It should make sense, of course. All right. And here I had this scarcity trick. Trick doesn't mean that I'm tricking people. What I meant is it's a tool, it's a very cool tool where you know, especially I'm offering in this case, it's not about just the time scarcity, it's about as this is a coaching, it includes coaching, I'm offering this only to 20 people, and actually, you know, 19 people bought the product. Okay. So when I started here, there was 0, then 1, 2, and this was changing. Every time I was making it a sale, I was changing this. This is not a fancy software. I actually did it manually. All right. And we have the call to action. And for the first part of the offer was just the one-time offer. Then after a few days, I offered also 3-month installment payment. Okay. So this is where we got here, the call to action, and now I go back and I talk more in details about what this coaching program is featuring. So in this case, because it's a course, because it's a training, and it's not a software, I went into the description of the different modules. So now is the time. You already had your first call to action. You explained about what you're offering. Now, before you go to the second call to action, you can start and talk about your product. Here you could have a knee cover, it could be a DVD, it could be whatever. In my case, I choose because it's a mix of webinars and video recording and other stuff. I just went and looked for some icons that would fit with what I have. Okay. So I went with each module. I also try to have a catchy title for this. So you have to think about each module as its own sales letter, meaning, you know, to have a catchy title of the module, not just a descriptive one, you know, so product creation kickstart, you know, it's just a small effort, okay? And then explaining, you know, what this includes. Module 2, product creation express. You know, so think about like a mini product inside of your product. Each module, it's, you know, should sell itself on its own. Talking about, you know, what you are offering, and then different sections of this module. Module 3, the premium product formula. All right. Once again, you know, try to choose catchy titles for your modules. Module 4, building a profitable funnel. Not so incredibly catchy, but it's, you know, building funnels it's a very popular topic. Module 5, sales page authority, and then module 6, smart traffic blueprints. Okay. So in this case, as I said, the features are actually the different modules, and you go into details so people know what they're buying into. This is important when you sell products that are not just, you know, $17 or $27 products. When you're selling something for $97, $200, $300, $500, or $1,000, it's important to show exactly what they're getting, because it's an investment for your audience. All right. So once I did this, I want to talk about the benefits. So earlier I talked about features, and now I'm starting with the benefits. The benefits is really more emotional. So this is the logical part, you know what you're getting, and now the emotional part, to know what's the end result, what you're getting if you follow this program. So here what I do, I gave actually the title, and this is really talking about benefits. So I hope you understand the difference between benefits and features. So you are saying by the time you finish this 6-week program, you'll have your own authority digital product in hand, and you'll be ready to take orders. All right. So this is a benefit. All right. And here I show what they are getting. Okay. But benefit wise, I go through the list of stuff, 6 things that are, people feel concretely what they're getting as a benefit, and not what the course is about in this case. So it's not features, it's benefits, and this is so important. Okay. My goal for you is to stop spinning your wheels, to stop wasting months of your life and never getting your product online. All right. So, and here I continue to talk about benefits, and then I jump to the bonuses. Okay, so because this is a an important investment. I didn't go through the bonuses like with flashy images or things like that. I kept it serious, but I explained what I'm offering. But you can make a bigger effort here to show what the bonuses are about. When I'm going to sell this to people outside of my list, I am going to spend more time to visualize the bonuses, maybe creating a video for each bonus or add videos and images. Okay, so in this case, I offered the tool and Skype calls, 2 Skype calls, and this will come later on at the end of the course, my email swipe, so you would pre-sell your product. Okay, and I insist about about the beyond the program. The idea is that these are mostly weekly live power sessions. All right, and I come back here, I talk about the price and another call to action. Okay, then I have to introduce my guarantee and show why this is also a no-brainer. All right, and here I have my guarantee and tell them they have to decide, because there is a scarcity. This time is the scarcity related to the number of spots available and the fact that they would pay a certain price instead of the regular price that will be used when I sell this over webinars to people outside of my list. All right, another call to action, my signature, and PS. Here once again, I'm talking about the discount they're getting, the guarantee, and the benefits. Just imagine for a moment how much time and money you will save if you take action. All right, so you see now that there is a trend. Even if it's a software, if it's a training, we're going through these different elements. I don't know if you're hearing, unfortunately some neighbors are I don't know what they're doing, but they're like hanging something on the wall. They're banging the wall. Anyway, maybe you're not even hearing that. So I just want to know if you feel that structure-wise you have what it gets to create your sales letter. Any questions or feedback before I continue? Just let me know. Okay, so this. Okay, that's great. This is good. Wow, I feel like I can start to work on my sales letter. All right. Okay, but you can also ask questions. You don't have to tell me that just that is good. Anyway, so I will continue. So this is we're talking now. We're still talking. I talked about. I read part of the sales letters but I didn't talk about templates or things like that, because we'll get there. It's this session is slightly longer than usual, but hang on, because it's really interesting. For the moment till now, we talked about the structure, right? We talked about the structure of your sales letter. Now, this is a starting point. When you start making your first sales letter, your second one, you will start to refine it, to make it more yours, to make it more simple, or to experiment. But first, at this stage, follow the structure. Believe me, this works. It's not just mine. I did not invent it. This is something that everybody, all the copywriters follow, and it works. Okay, now I just want to quickly show you a couple of examples. One is mine and one is somebody else, of one of my coaches, about what you can do if you have a warm audience, if you have people that actually are in your list or in your Facebook group, and you already talked about what you do. Okay, so this is just an example, just to say that once you have the formula, then you can be more flexible. Okay, so this is an incredibly simple example. So this is the whole sales page, and this was one of my most popular, or let's say popular, but I mean most high converting product in the range of $100 to $300 product. Okay, it was sold for $97, and it's called White Label Masterclass. It's about how to customize white label products, make them your own, and sell them. Okay, so this worked well, and it's just a 4-minute video. Okay, but what I did, I included in my text here most of the elements that are in this checklist. Okay, so basically what I said, and I wanted to show my face, and there are two components of this sales page. Basically, it's about the offer, the first half, and the second half. The second half I entered into my account, my GViso account, to show some income proof. All right, now basically what I did here, the first part of the product, I told them, hey, I have an interesting training for you, and it's only for you as my customers. And basically what I'm offering here is this training program where I show you what I did. So basically it's based on my own experience, what I did to customize white label products, white label content, and white label software, and add value to it, and follow a specific formula that I call it the total rebranding formula. So how I did it, and basically show them what results I got with that formula. And then I tell them, look, you can, I can share this, I'm going to share this with you, but you have little time, and here you have the countdown timer. And if you like what you saw, and if you think you're interested in this, and that this offer is for you, you can register here. So it was really basic, but for some reason, I mean, basically it worked because I showed my face. People felt comfortable that there is a real person, and it wasn't scripted in a sense like those sales letters where everything seems written. It really looked like it came from the heart, and basically I just had a checklist, something like that. So I would remember what, bullet points, so I would remember what to talk about, and just tell them, look, I did this. If you want to learn how I did it, you can register to this training program. Basically, that's the juice of my of my offer and of my video. All right. Now you can make this a little bit more complete. So this was an experiment, but it worked incredibly well. Now I'm going to show you what another sales letter that is still based on the same principle, but what this person did, Darren Scott Monroe. This is one of my how to say, I mean, now we're friends, but when I met him first, I paid him a lot of money to be my coach. And basically, so this is the same thing. It's a sales video, but what he did here, under the call to action, he went through the different elements of what you will be learning. All right, so this is still smarter than this, in my opinion, and this is how when I'm gonna reopen this, I'm gonna add that element where I go through the different modules. So you have this emotional, feature, and benefit-oriented short video, and then you offer the same thing but in more details about what they are getting, because there are some people who want to really know in a concrete way what they are getting, what are the different modules. So he put here different modules, an e-cover, and exactly what they are getting for each module. And then he offered also some bonuses. This is another trigger, as you saw also previously. So he shows some other bonuses, different training programs that people will get extra. And then another call to action, as simple as that. Okay, but still the principle is that you follow this kind of structure. Okay, so now we talked about structure. Now the second part will be much shorter, and I will tell you why. I'm gonna talk about templates. Okay, so this is what the sales page structure is about, and it's almost a kind of universal, it's like a universal rules related to creating a digital sales letter. All right. Now let's move on and tell you what extra you are, what we'll be getting here. So there are two documents. The second part of this of today's webinar are related to two documents that you will get that I'll upload inside the members area that will help you create your sales letter. Okay, so the first one, it's called 10 steps to effective copywriting, and it doesn't make any justice to do a video out of this, because it's basically it's all inside the text, and basically it goes through the 10 steps to create your sales letter, starting with the pre-head, primary head, post-head, what we saw, going through the problem, the product feature, the proof, bullet points, how to close the sale, everything, and how to put it all together. But it's divided like in 10 tasks. You can do it at once or pace it in 10 days if you want. And basically it goes through everything with examples, with so you understand the the pre-headline, and with some tips, and then really all kind of tips and tricks and templates, so you'll understand how to create the first part of your sales page. And then you have also a kind of a homework. So this is the advantage you have here. If you want to follow this and you want to send me your homework, you just send me an email and you tell me what you're doing related to your sales page. All right, so this is for step one. You have an assignment, but actually it's not just an exercise, it's an assignment that would help you create that part of your sales letter. Okay, then we go to the part with the problem, talking about the problem. And once again, I tell you what to do. I give you some examples and what I mean by getting emotional. Once again, I show examples that in different niches, so we would adapt what fits for you. All right, so you have everything here: how to create empathy. This is more detailed, related to the content and with the templates. So this is the first part of what you're getting, and then the assignment, and then once again, when you talk about the product, how to introduce your product as the solution. I go through the real details so you could really study this and go back to it every time you create your sales letter. So these are, it's like a companion PDF when you create your sales letter. Now, another companion PDF that is really incredibly valuable. This is what I got the person that trained me to and that wrote copywriting templates for me. I paid for this so I could also share it with my coaching clients. All right. So basically here you have over 100 pages of templates, and they are all divided by the different sections. So if you want to write pre-head templates, you have here 20 different pre-head templates. If you want to write your headline template, you have here another 30 different headline templates. So you could use it as a starting point. All right. The templates for the subheader, the post head templates. Again, you have 20 different templates. How to open your newsletter, your sales letter, sorry. So once here again, how to start, right? You saw a couple of examples how I did, and here you have the different templates. So every time I have a sales letter, I go here and I say, okay, this would work for me in this case, or this one would work for me. You know what I mean? So you can really see what works for you. All right. And then how you introduce your product, how to offer proof. This is really cool, because a lot of people told me I don't have income proof, or in my niche it's not about income. What else? What other kind of proof I can offer? Here you have it. You have everything you can use. All right, it's really an incredible template. It's an incredible file that will help you a lot, not just for this course, for any kind of sales letter that you'll be creating from now on. How to express a guarantee. So we have 15 ways of creating that guarantee text to put in the guarantee box. All right. How to write a PS. So you have all these, and so this was just the table of content. So when you start, pre-head templates. So you have, if you want to shock your readers, you have a template for that. Like here you say, gurus have lied to you, or the rumors are true. So, and you have the example. So I give you the template and then the example. The rumors are true. The government is spying on citizens, and you could be next. You know what I mean? It depends on your niche, depending on what you want. So here you have one way of creating a pre-head template. Another way, ask a qualifying question. So are you having problems with, for example, are you having problems getting pregnant? So you see, do you ever dream of building your own home? Would you like to teach your dog tricks that will amaze your friends? All right. So qualifying question. Make a statement, qualify the prospect. So you're tired of the never-ending housework, or your back aches from weeding the garden. If only there was an easier way. You have your teenager makes you feel like you're at the end of your rope. All right. So all kind of pre-heads. It's really, as I said, it's one of the strong parts of this course and this training, and it also it's really very, very, very useful. So headlines. So this is, as I said, writing the headline is so important. Even if it's just a couple of phrases, this will determine if somebody, your visitor, will continue to read your sales letter or will just move on and click on somewhere else. All right. So here you have, as I said, 20 different templates. All right. And you can use them as is and put here your fill in the blanks, or you can use them as a starting point and then you would make it more your own. Of course, I always encourage you to put your own spin, to put your own personality into everything you do, and especially in the sales letter. But you have a starting point. All right. So here, as you see here, you have all kind of templates. Doesn't make any sense for me to read them for you, each one after the other. You can calmly go and see, and if you follow here, the structure, then you are stuck somewhere. You just jump to the paragraph where you need a specific template. So if it's not about the header, let's say you want to here 20 ways to open your sales letter. This is one of the parts where I used to have big difficulties on how to start what I'm going to talk about. All right. But even if you need things much more specific, let me say writing the guarantee, for example, what would be a good let me see here if I find it. Okay. Here, 15 ways to call the prospect to action. Let me see if after that I find the guarantee. Yeah, 15 ways to express a guarantee. So really you have the exact formula. You just replace your product or your name or some small things, but you have exactly how to formulate the guarantee. And even earlier when we went through the call to action, it's sometimes difficult to just talk about, hey, this is what you have to pay and this is my price. So once again, you have here the exact formula to talk about the buy button. All right. So there are different ways of doing that, like justifying the price, and this is what I mostly use. But reverse risk by offering a free trial. This works great if you are selling memberships, all right? Or reverse risk by offering a low-cost trial. Also, this works incredibly well for memberships. Create urgency. I do this a lot of time by offering limited quantities. Create urgencies by offering temporary limited quantities or possible delays. You know, there are different ways of getting to the call to action, and you will see each one of them, and you see what fits with your sales letter, your audience, and your own personality.